High-grade Universal Century Banshee Norn Unicorn Mode. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs2Bs, gundam.tk, and hopefully you've all had a chance to check out Gundam Unicorn, the OVA Episode 6, because it's time for another variation of a variation. This time, it's the Banshee Norn in his Unicorn Mode. March 2013 release. Great looking cover art here from Bandai. The price you can make out down there, 1,700 yen. The very, very long and detailed name in English and Japanese, and in the high-grade Universal Century line that UC was just made for, this is number 153. Don't forget you can check out this kit and lots more, Hobby Link Japan, links down below, and see all the unboxes right here. The Banshee, of course, is a recolor and a variation of the main Unicorn Gundam, the number 1 machine here, with a dark, cool color scheme and an orange psycho frame on the inside here. And you can get that in Destroy mode and in Unicorn mode for high-grade Universal Century. The Master Grade back there, of course, is going to transform. You can get that in Titanium. And there's a new SD BB Senshi out right now. But for me, this is going to be really nice because I've already got the Destroy mode that you can see right there. It is painted, but here to have a Unicorn mode is something they're going to show you on the side of the box, that these two make a perfect complement, and you might as well get the Norn over the regular one now. Story-wise, the Banshee has changed pilot hands there, as we get to see Riddhe Marcenas get a full hate-on for Banagher Lynx. He's going to be taking it out there with the Norn, which is basically just going to be adding on some newer, cooler weapons in the form of the shield and the improved beam magnum from Anaheim Electronics. And you can go see him. He's not going to be in his Destroy mode yet. That we have to wait for Episode 7, I'm sure. Box tour now, where most of the focus is going to be on the Armed Armor DE there, as they just take Armed Armor and slap on any 2 letters after it. And you can see it there, it's a massive shield on the back that can also serve as an extra thruster, and you can also see that it's going to have some weaponization built into it as well. You can see that it's got a couple moving parts here. The head, of course, is going to move, and we have good articulation with the hips, which you'd expect with a high grade from 2010, 2012, or 2013, respectively, for the Unicorns. Armed Armor DE there, you can see that it's going to fold up there, and how about this one? We've got the XC on the back, and you can see here that this is going to be in its closed position, and that it's got this sort of fin there in the middle, and you can still see some gold parts down below. How much of this is plastic, how much of seals remains to be seen, but you can actually open that up there, which is going to be revealing a lot of gold seals, I'm assuming, and you can also take the revolving launcher down there for the beam magnum. It's improved weapon there, so he's going to have improvements on both arms, and put that onto the back. Beam holders there, you can just take out the beam sabers as usual, and if you want to recreate a scene from the anime here, the Armed Armor VN, you can take this, and it's sort of a nice touch here, because as they show off the unpainted version of the Unicorn mode and the Destroy mode there, you can take that hand, the VN, and attach it onto either one. This one is Destroy mode is already going to have its own one here, but you can have it look exactly like this if you just want to swap them on and off. The other side now has a great front and back shot there, as you can see that it's going to be a mostly dark mobile suit there. A little bit of gray is going to be on the shield, so we'll see how much of that actually comes through with the all-important yellow parts up there for its crazy V-fin and the face there. And folded up on the back, you can see that everything's going to look good. Before moving on to the story part here, where you can find out about the development of the Banshee from the Gundam Unicorn, and you can see it looking pretty good there in CG action. And remember that this is a monster here at almost 20 meters in height. It would be even bigger if it was a higher grade. Inside the box we go, where you're going to be treated to on the top. Gold, pink, and lots of dark blue as you'd expect. Some clear orange in there, gray and blue, and somewhat disappointing, a massive sheet of seals in there to go along with some inner frame. Some blue parts there, probably similar to the Unicorn. The manual, and it looks like a whole boatload of paper down there. Campaigns, and go buy, one's this? Hobby Japan. And a plus out there for you tri-age players here, Banshee Norn. Here you can get it in its Unicorn mode. The 8-plate here I'm sure you've seen before, and this is just going to say Unicorn Gundam on there, no mention of Banshee or Unicorn mode. And you can see that it's going to have the 2 colors on there with the black that's going to make up the parts for the feet to set it apart from the blue that's going to make up the rest. To go along with the backpack, which looks good there. Lots of gray there for the inner frame and very few X's when you check out the manual, except for the things that you'd expect, like the neck part, which is going to be yellow this time. And while the 8-plate just said Unicorn Gundam, this one is specifically going to have UM tacked on it. So Unicorn Gundam UM, and you can guess that there's going to be quite a few parts that are going to be wasted here. From most of the parts from the actual head of the regular white Unicorn Gundam there, but it's sort of interesting that the shield is still going to be used. Despite the Norn adding a whole bunch of bulk onto it, this is still going to be providing the basis. Identi-C plates here that are labeled Unicorn Gundam UM, and if you take a look, this is going to be providing the outer armor that's all going to be sealed up, hiding that beautiful Psycho frame on the inside though, and there's going to be very few wasted parts, just one of the back of the manipulator covers. But after 3 familiar plates, it's on to the good stuff here, Banshee Norn Unicorn mode, and just the fact that it is going to specify both Norn and UM on there means that of course we're going to be getting a destroy mode in the future. You can guess from the plastic models that Bandai's been putting out for the last 30 years. Here's some great parts here, and you've got some good stuff and some bad stuff on here. I'd say that the biggest disappointment is just going to be the beam magnum there. For high-grade Universal Sentry though, it's pretty standard, but on the inside when you check out all the images around the package, this is all painted up in blue, especially this revolving part, which is looking very well crafted. However, you are going to have to paint it up if you want to add any nice details to that. But otherwise, it's cool to have the dynamic manipulators there, and the fact that there actually are a lot of parts there. Everything looks good so far. There's a suspicious jump here from D to the F plate, and the F plate is also going to be labeled Banshee Norn Unicorn mode here, and there's lots of good stuff on here. This is going to be providing you with all the parts for the DE and for the XC, and everything else that's going to be special about this kit. As you can see, this massive shield part here in 1/144th. You can see the parts that are going to be swinging out there and some cool details. Looks like some seals may be used to jazz those up. And if you want to take a look at the thruster vane on the back, lots of seals are going to be put on here. And the hands there are actually going to be ready to go if you want to deploy the VN in that anime accurate mode there. And you can use that on either the Destroyer or the Unicorn. Banshee Unicorn mode here for the G plate. That's going to be giving you the face plate, the neck, and the very famous folded up Unicorn Banshee V fin there. That's not quite a V. Well, not quite yet anyway. Always would be nice if they had coated this up in gold. That would have added another 100 or 2 yen onto the price though. So it's the kind of thing that you'll have to do yourself if you want. But something cool here with the H plate. This is going to be listed as just for the Banshee ABS plastic. It's going to be made out of 2013 listed down there. So this is going to give you the ability to take that VN and actually have some clear parts in the angry looking fingers as it comes right at you. With Saber 6s and PC 132 WIST supplements wrapping up the plastics for the insides. But opening the box and seeing this massive seal sheet down here, Banshee Norn, of course, this is going to be specific, UM again written all over it. That is either going to drive some people very happy with delight or despair here. First of all, a lot of familiar parts here. You're going to see put this on to the V-fin or the unicorn horn there to go along with the red part for the eyes, the camera lenses, and all sorts of little gold tick marks that you can attach to break up the monotony of the otherwise navy blue body there. But it's going to be the XC, the part that's going to be on the back, and you're basically going to be taking these and putting them on all over the place. When it's going to be sealed up, you'll still see some of them, and specifically when you open it up, you're going to have this bright gold part there. So if you want to take the black plastic and paint it white and then paint it up gold yourself, it's going to have quite a few extra steps. And if you do this, it's going to be a lot more lustrous. However, it's still a little bit disappointing, and you wonder how a higher grade would deal with this. Standard HGUC looking manual here, and it is going to be a 5-pager when you fold it out there. The DE with the shield and the mega cannon there, you can see it attached onto the back, and there's the XC all folded up. So you can see traces of those gold seals underneath as it goes whooshing around through some asteroids down there. The revolving launcher there is going to look great when it's got the blue on there. Hopefully it's going to look okay in gray. Beam sabers, nice that they always throw in those to go along with the VN. Then it's on to familiar business there. Not too many X's to be careful of, but you can just see, look at that frame up there when you're building up the XC. It's ridiculous. It's about 15 stickers that you're going to be putting on there before you actually go and put the large ones on that are only going to be deployed due to parts forming, as you're actually not turning anything. It's just going to be swapping them on and off. The head is going to have a fair bit of seals, and once you put together the body, which is always going to have that cool looking fin on the bottom or on the back there, you'll put together the lower part before building up the DE, which is going to be looking pretty good. And you can see that it's going to be having some gray seals attached onto it just to break up the monotony of blue. More color splash pages on the inside, and buy all our playsets and toys down there. Jesta cannons, this was a nice touch. They've got the Jegan down there, and they're saying why not paint it up in General Reveal colors down there. MGs of some of these to come, and how about those poll results? We'll see what happens. And you can see on the back when you attach the DE on there, take the beam magnum, get the beam sabers into hand, and more seals are going to be put onto those clear orange parts there from the H that you can apply either to the unicorn to the Destroy or the Unicorn mode. And painted by a pro always looks better as we get to see it on the back. There's some more features of the Destroy mode, and down there it's going to be a base coat of gold with clear yellow on top. And there's all the variations. You'll notice that it's not navy blue. It should be a nice solid black there. This part here is going to be black 40, blue-gray 30, blue 20, and purple 10 to make up the main body, which is really not quite that close to the plastic that we're actually getting in the kit. And another plus is you can send this in here and answer some information about the survey, but more importantly, 500 lucky people here are going to be getting the HGUC Unicorn Gundam Destroy Mode Green Frame Pearl Clear version here. But you get the idea here, and this is something that's a bit of a plus actually compared to some of the other variations that we've seen. The green can tend to get lost compared to the red there, and especially when you put it inside the blue Banshee here. So to have some green with that light white around it actually looks pretty cool, and I hope everybody's had a chance to see this. And a mega size model it is not, but the same size here, 1/48 scale. You can have the Banshee's head there in Unicorn or Destroy mode. Two nice plates there. This is going to be coming out in the May issue of Hobby Japan, and of course the May issue comes out months earlier, March 25th. So lots of good and just a little bit of bad from the unbox there. Great to see the black and the blue and the grays there, and the fact that we're actually getting a lot of specific plates there just to the Banshee Norn Unicorn mode, and the fact it's got UM written on there means we'll be getting more. Nice to see the fact that we're going to be getting some clear orange to go along with this sort of pale gold there. Easy to paint up if you want to go do that, but the big disappointment is just going to be that the XC, which really does look good even though it's going to be hidden on the back, is mostly not going to be made up from either of these gold options down here, but instead going to be seals galore. Nonetheless, everybody stick around to see it all put together. I'm quite excited to have a Unicorn mode to go along with this Destroy. Anyway, let me know what you think and stick around for lots more. See ya! Did anybody else catch that awesome ZSR scene that they inserted into Gundam Unicorn 6?